Thank you, Gabriel and Angela. That is the perfect song for my talk today and for what today is about. So good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy 2022. I am just hoping that 2022 is going to be so much better than the last 2 years. You know, we went into 2021 with such great expectations. You know, we thought that by the end of 2021, we would have seen the end of the pandemic. Everyone would be back in school and working full time. Businesses were going to be completely open. And of course, churches would be completely full. And of course, we know what has happened. So the pandemic has grown, gotten worse. 2 different variants began during this last year. We were hit once again with worldwide demonstrations. People were shot and killed. Billions of dollars of property damage happened. You know, there are so many things that went on during this past year that really pulled us in ways that we had hoped that we were done with. You know, anger, animosity, fear, they all came right to the forefront once again. And we had been looking at least I was looking so forward to finally having a graceful and peaceful and easy movement forward in spiritual growth with joy and prosperity and love just abounding. And instead we were continually being hit with more of the same challenges that we were hit with back in 2020. But we had a big decision to make. Were we going to let the outside world affect us, affect our spiritual joy, our spiritual growth, our peace, our love? Were we going to let all that was happening outside of us affect us, keep us away from our own personal connection with Source? Or were we going to look to Spirit, the light, the one, the source of all, for all good? When we did our white stone ceremony a year ago, we were gifted with a word or a phrase that was your special word or phrase for this past year? And what were you given? Were you given the word harmony, peace, prosperity, love? So when you were given whatever word that was or phrase, were you expecting that to just show up in your life? Were you just expecting it to be handed to you? Or were you able to bring forth the harmony, the peace, the beauty, the love onto the planet and into your own personal world during this last year? So the question is, did you look at that phrase back at this time in 2021, and instead of looking at it as a promise of things that were going to be happening to you, did you happen to look at it as a message from Source for what you were supposed to bring forth during 2021? I know someone who was given the word harmony, and we were laughing about this the other day. They thought way back at the beginning of 2021 that their life was going to end up being really harmonious. Oh, they got the word harmony. Oh, good, my life is going to be harmonious. And then everything, of course, was happening, as we know. And what they realized, I realized, several of us realized, is that the word that we got was actually our calling card from Spirit. Oh, we're supposed to bring this into the world. We're not just going to get it. We're going to bring it in. And so, there were several of us that meet once a week and hold each other in light and love. And we actually had already made our decision to be the Christ in form on this planet. So instead of getting our word for the year, letting us know what our lives were going to be like in 2021, we realized that the word we were given was actually our marching orders. So instead of coming to us, we had been called to bring that forth into the world. 2 weeks ago, we celebrated the rebirth of the Christ light in our hearts. And we opened ourselves to being more of the light on this planet to assist everyone here. Last week, we did the burning bowl ceremony. And for most of you who know, I'm the spiritual leader in Clear Lake. And in Clear Lake last week, I asked them to look at the fears that they had of completely letting go and letting God handle their lives, of surrendering completely, surrendering everything to the full will of God, of Source, in their life. And I asked them, what are the fears you have of meditating every day for an hour or so? What are the blocks that you may have to fully taking in and being one with Source, the source of all your good? And then we had a wonderful personal ceremony to burn all our angers and resentments, as well as our fears and blocks, to fully being the expression of Source on this planet. So once again, 2021 actually presented us with a huge opportunity to look at life from the inside out, to stand back a bit from what was going on outside of us, and to be what we came to be on this planet. In actuality, they were also given their marching orders. And if you look at what you had written on your white stone from last year, that actually was what you were supposed to be bringing into our planet for this past 12 months. Okay, so at the beginning of last year, then instead of being given something, we were to give something back, to bring something to this world, to assist those on this planet. And as much as we have been on our own spiritual journey over these past many decades for most of us, we all still have a ways to go. So instead of asking, what are we going to get? It's time for us to ask Source, what do you want me to give? And here we are at the beginning of a whole new year. And this was something that I saw on the internet, and I want to read it to you. Each new year is simply about the divine presence unfolding itself in time and space as each and every one of us, as the planet, as the universe, as all events, because the divine takes up all form. That's the identity of reality of all form. The White Stone Ceremony is asking us to get more in touch with reality, the real reality, the deepest reality. God is offering us more, the more of ourselves that we haven't even explored yet, the more of ourselves that we aren't even aware of. It's about discovering things about ourselves that we don't even know. And it's not about going over familiar territory or ground or rehashing the past. We have to be open. We have to be willing to discover a new self in which reality is our real self. At this time in our lives, we are exploring this territory of what it means to be the divine presence in form. Fillmore once made this statement about our inherent nature: all that God is, I am. All that God is, I am. We want more love. We can't get any more because we already are all the love of Source. The challenge is we aren't using the love that we are, and this is calling us to do just that. We want harmony in our lives, yet what we want is what we already are. And it's time for us to bring forth harmony, that we are. Not ask for more, because as Fillmore stated, we can't get any more. We're already filled to the brim and overflowing with everything we desire. We just aren't using and being what we actually already are. Joel Goldsmith once stated, "You want more of something? Then give away what you have and see what you desire expand in your life." And Goldsmith wasn't talking about things, although it does apply to that also. But what he was talking about was the intangible aspects of love, peace, harmony, joy, all of that. Give it away more and more, and you'll find yourself receiving more and more of that back. So here we are, ready to do our White Stone Ceremony for 2022. And in a moment, you're going to go into a meditation to bring forth your word or phrase from the universe. It's your word or phrase for this year, your special one, your personal special word or phrase. And if we have to look back at what's happened this past year, we already know whatever word or phrase that we receive today is what we are to bring into the world to assist this world in its growth. And maybe the word you receive will be your directive for this year. It's up to each and every one of us to do our part for this planet. We are here to help and assist the universe. And the irony is, whatever we give out, we receive back. So if your word is love today, maybe it's saying that you need to send more love, spread more love to this planet. But by sending out love, you actually get the love back tenfold, 100-fold. So how do we do this? There can be hundreds of different ways for you to give out what you're being directed to do. And the most important thing is to go within to that place inside and sit in communion with Source. Allow yourself to be directed in your path. Open yourself to what Spirit, Source, God, the One, whatever term you want to use, wants you to do. It may be nothing but sitting in the silence for a longer period of time and just radiating love or peace or harmony. It may be sitting in that meditative state for longer and longer periods of time and just being whatever it is your word or phrase for this year is. You could be actually guided to do something physically. You may not. But once again, it's about sitting and learning to listen to Source. Maybe you're just being guided to give a smile to somebody. And yes, we do have masks that do have that nice little clear plastic thing on the front so people can actually see you smiling, not just by your eyes. You may be guided to call someone on the phone. You may be guided to just hold somebody in prayer. Suddenly their name appears to you, or you think about them, and you just are guided to just hold them in love and light. This is all between you and Source. However, no matter what it is, what the word is or the phrase is, we must take time every day to commune with Source, to be guided by Source. At the beginning of chapter 1 of the Search for God books by Edgar Cayce, he gives us this daily affirmation: "Not my will, but thine, O Lord, be done in and through me. Let me ever be a channel of blessings today, now, to those that I contact in every way. Let my going in, my coming out be in accord with that thou would have me do. And as the call comes, here am I. Send me, use me." And so this morning, we're going to take time now to go within and listen to Source for our word or a phrase for 2022. What will be the special gift that each one of us individually will be called upon to give to this earth for the coming year? So I invite you to close your eyes and just go within. And I invite you to go to a beautiful open space, a welcoming space, a receiving space. You are the ocean in a single drop. Let the boundary between you and Source dissolve just a little bit. You are joyously evolving, whether you realize it or not. The divine is evolving as you and becoming itself. We could affirm very gently in our minds and hearts, I am free. I am unlimited. I am open to the possibilities that Spirit offers me now. And we ask that divine presence that we are to reveal to us who and what it wants us to be in this new year. You might want to tell your rational mind to just relax, thank it for its vigilance, and invite it to just be quiet. So taking a deep breath in and letting it out slowly, we gently ask, what are my marching orders for this year? What do you desire for me to bring to this earth? And just take a moment and just listen or feel. Don't try to force anything. If nothing seems to be coming now, just tell yourself that you are open and receptive to hearing, sensing, feeling what it is when Spirit decides to let you know. It could come later today, it could come this evening, it could come when you're driving the car. And now just take a deep breath in. And when you're ready, I invite you to open your eyes and simply write the name, the word, the quality, the phrase that came to you during this time. As I stated earlier, if nothing has come to you, just be open. Just be open to completing the exercise later in the privacy of your own home. Because this exercise is about allowing, of surrendering all your own ideas of what you think your word or phrase should be. And it's not the old egoic way where we would set intentions and, put our willpower out to making our intentions come true, of telling God what you have decided you want to have for this year. Because now we're going in the exact opposite direction. We're opening ourselves up and we're allowing the presence of God to direct us. And that way we're going to be successful because this is what the divine is wishing to express. All we have to do is align with it, go along with it, and it comes into being. Really, this is the easy way to do life instead of going about things the hard way, forcing everything to be. When God says, just step back, relax, surrender it all to me, and let me handle it. So just know that doing it the way we've just done, that you will get what you want, and actually even more. So I have an affirmation for us, and I invite you to repeat this after me. This new year, coming into being, that I welcome now, without reservation, this new year is a divine appointment that I am receiving. It unfolds in time and space, inviting me to use the grace of my intuition to guide me with each step. I call forth my highest guidance to light my way in peace, hope, and trust, to bring about my most fulfilling reality for my highest good and for the good of all as never before. And so it is. So just feel that energy that we are inviting into us, into the good of all, and into this whole world. And thank you for participating in our white stone ceremony. Bless you all. So this brings us to the time for our love offering. So I invite you to just hold your tithe, your gift, your love offering over your heart. Or if you've already given, just place your hand on your heart. And we have our love offering, if you'll join with me. My heart is open to receive and grateful for all my good. I give fearlessly and with love, and so it is. Amen. And as usual, we won't be doing, the ushers won't be picking up our love offerings. We have a basket here, over here, there, and we also have one on the back table in the back. So you can just drop your love offerings into there. And as usual, if you have any change for change, we will be giving to our change recipient for the month, which Leslie will let us know at another time. So now we have some special music. How could anyone ever tell you?
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? And how deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How deeply you're connected to my soul.
How deeply you're connected to my soul, each and every one of you. So we have a few announcements. The office will be closed on Monday, January 17th. That's a week from tomorrow, in observation of Martin Luther King Day. And we are still taking donations for 2021, but they need to be into Leslie by tomorrow. So if you still want to make a donation for last year, just make sure that you mark on it that it's like 12/31/21, not 22. And just you can put it in the basket, and then those that are counting the money will set that aside, or you can bring it by the office tomorrow for Leslie. Inspiring Women will be meeting again on next Sunday, the 16th, from 2 to 4 in here in the sanctuary. And it says they'll be making their vision boards for 2022. So bring pictures and magazines and your favorite tea bag and cup to enjoy tea with everyone while you're making your vision boards. Spiritual Exploration Group. They started a brand new exploration this past Tuesday, and it's actually based on the Sounds True audio on not being a prisoner to your nervous system. So that is every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. On Zoom. So watch for your email on Monday that has all the Zoom links and everything, and it'll have that link for it. And as we finish our service today, we are asking everyone not to hold hands and not to hug, not to shake hands. This Omicron virus is running rampant in Nevada County. And so we want to keep all of you healthy and safe. So we just ask as we finish the service and as we leave today, just stay where you're at and just imagine holding everybody's hands. And of course, at the end of every service that I do, I like to thank everyone that has been here and assisting us all today. So first of all, Gabriel and Angela, thank you so much for our beautiful music. Really appreciated it. Our front greeter today was Kathy Evel. So Kathy, I don't know if you're here, but thank you, Kathy. And our ushers are Lynn Arell and Christy Stevens, and they'll be helping us out today after service also. Sound is Wayne, and Zoom and PowerPoint is Leslie. And of course, Leslie also does 110 other things every day. So thank you for all your help. Camera is Craig. Thank you so much, Craig. And Debbie Edmondson was in our bookstore. And of course, Christy here did our beautiful altar for today. So thank you so much for that. And now let's go ahead and stand and we'll say our prayer of protection together. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, because I am, and all is well. And now we'll have our final song of the day, I Choose Love.
I
Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you for everybody on Zoom at home. Thank you for being with us. God bless each and every one of you. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. Namaste.